Yeah.
For me, a big thing was marriage, dude. I never thought marriage was a thing, and here I am with a ring on my finger. It's just like, well, but finding the right person is a whole thing, and then dating a Latina woman that doesn't play no games, like they're a whole new element, man. She's just like, I'm gonna give you 2 years, and if you don't put a ring on it, I'm out of here.
She told you that?
She told me that since the very beginning. She's just like, okay, we're boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay, well, I want a ring on my finger, and if you don't, I'm gonna give you 2 years. And this was like, dude, I think like after the first year, we hit COVID after that. And so we were seeing each other every day, both furloughed off our jobs. So it's like, we learned a lot about each other in that time. I'm sure a lot of relationships got tested during that time. But also, if you can make it through that, you can make it through a lot. So, yeah. And then we ended up getting married, which I've always said, like, I never believe in marriage. There's no point of getting married. They're just going to take your stuff and, like, you know, all that stuff. But it's just like, it changed when you find the right person. I'm like, okay, well, it's not as bad. And now that I'm married, I mean, I recommend it, honestly. I know it sounds like I'm being, you know, a gun to my head when I say that, but it honestly, it puts a thing over you where it's a whole another level of dedication, whether it's psychological or what, in my opinion. There's a lot of people that don't believe in marriage. Trust me.
Right here.
I get it.
I'm right there.
I get it.
Yeah.
But
I think it takes more effort not to get married and be with somebody than it is to be lawfully committed to this person.
I just feel like being on both sides of that spectrum, I felt like when I wasn't married, I always had one foot out the door. I always had an escape hatch. And I feel like with marriage, whether it's just a piece of, you know, metal around my finger or whatever, I feel like, okay, I'm committed. Like, no matter what happens, this is my ride or die. I'm gonna fucking get it done. And for guys, for some reason, we freak out with that commitment.
Oh yeah,
we just freak
Same
out.
Here.
But once you dive into that water, you're like, oh, dude, it makes no difference, bro. I don't have millions of dollars where she's gonna take it. What am I worried about? Right. Like, if it makes her happy, I'll do it. And now that I'm married, I'm happy. So it's like, well, no married man is completely happy, but
I see the appeal in terms of like not having a date. Dating is so much work, dude. Like, I have a girlfriend right now, but like the process of dating, dude, like meeting these girls and then they instantly either like you or they hate you, and they're like, you still buy for their meal, you still try to appeal to them, you take her there and multiple and meanwhile dates. She's either seeing somebody else or just seeing if I get better or whatever she expects, because the culture of America is the woman comes first. Whatever she wants, whenever she wants, you need to provide her as a man. And the women today need so much attention, need so much work being done that they don't see the value that you're already providing. Like, don't you know that we did everything? Right. The fact that you even have rights, we granted that to you. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't for us granting you that, who the fuck are you gonna call when the next dude decides that he's gonna break in and steal all your shit? You know, you're gonna call another dude to handle this dude. Right. You're not gonna call your homegirls.
What's that actor? He played like the hot guy in Marvel movies. He was had an interview. And he's just like, yeah, you're gonna make daddy a sandwich. And then all the girls in the crowd were like, what? I was like, yeah, when a burglar busts to the door, you expect me to get up and take care of it, right?
Right.
Make me a sandwich.
Yeah.
I was just like,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
A little aggressive, but yes.
Or a fucking spider or a rat or anything that could be semi-threatening, you're supposed to handle it.
Yeah.
And the woman not only wants that, they want you to give them a house. You want them to, she wants to give you need to give her a ring, a wedding, a car, everything. literally everything, and then she gets to
expectations.
decide whether you did a good job or not.
Yeah, there's definitely expectations. 100%.
100% expectations.
It's
with
funny.
the American culture, though.
It's funny. The funny story is, like I said, I used to be really into like reading books, and there's a book, a really good book actually. It's by Dave Data. It's called The Way of Superior Man. It's like really good book. And I brought it to work this is like years ago. Brought it to work, and there's this old guy. He's one of the bellmen at this hotel. He's like, "Oh, let me see your book," and like he starts going through it. He's been married for 30 years or whatever. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is all bullshit." And he's just like, "The only thing you need to know, man, happy wife, happy life. That's the only thing I'm doing." And I just like laughed, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And now I'm married. That's all that counts. Like, you can have all these cool ideas, but dude, if she's miserable, you're damn sure miserable.
Yeah.
It's like, so if I could, it just makes my life easier if I just like happy wife, happy life.
Right.
And it sounds so cliche and so like, and all the dude bros are out there like, no, bro, you gotta stick it to your, okay, man. You date a fiery Latina and tell me how that goes. And tell me you're not fucking. It's like I say. It's like who's the man in the relationship? Well, I was like, in the streets, I am, but behind closed doors, we all know she runs the show.
Yeah.
It's like that's always how it is.
Yeah.
And but she takes great care of me, man. She cooks for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's expectations of it. That's another thing. Is like the culture difference. You know, me being white and her being Latina is like complete culture difference. And I feel like a lot of our arguments stem from not understanding the culture difference a lot of times, and we're still learning. But like the expectations that women, Latino women, are, not all of them, but a lot of times, you know, they're expected to take care of their husbands, and you gotta cook for them, and you gotta clean the house and keep all those expectations. I never really, you know, we didn't really have those guidelines as strict as they were, but like from the women I've met in the Hispanic culture, like down here, is like they used to get beat for not getting up and cleaning the house, and like, you know, the chancla was common in the house, and like that's a whole different thing. And when I come over to my suegra's house, like I sit down and relax while her and her mom go prepare all the food. That's new for me, and I don't honestly feel guilty, but it's taken me a long time to kind of get over that. And I'm starting to like embrace it at this point. I'm like, okay, you want to cook for me? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, so I got it good. Man, I got it good, but you know, they don't like they will speak their mind if they have to. They'll crack the whip if they need to, so don't get mistaken on that. But yeah, it's a good time.
So marriage is great then, huh?
It's wonderful, man. It's wonderful. No, I saw a funny video the other day. I was telling her, I was just like, some guy was interviewing random people in the street, and he's just like, he's like, so what do you? And this guy was by himself, and he says like, so what do you think about being married and all that stuff? And he's like, you know, my wife is my rock. She's my love of my life. Like that. And I just wrote in the comments, I was like, oh, his wife trained him well. Like, he is PR trained well, dude. Like, people are laughing. And I was like, yeah, it's like they train you.
Yeah.
Like, you are trained in a social environment. And it's just like, if you're sitting in a party and a girl starts to even come in your general facility, like, I just... I scan for my wife. Like, I'm like, go directly towards him. God forbid. God, you know, forbid I smell another woman's perfume in the same area. God. Like, you know. So
yeah. So yeah. Is there any closing statements you wanna make?
You know, I don't know. It's been fun, man.
What kind of expectations did you have for the show?
I had no expectations.
Really?
I was just
That's
like
great.
Winging it.
That's good.
Chilling.
That's good.
However it lasts.
I'm glad I reached them.
Yeah, man. It was a good time. I'm definitely, definitely willing to do it
Gotta do this
anytime.
again, bro. Like,
good times.
Like,
hopefully people found some cool stuff in what we talked about and value. So.
Yes, of course. Marriage is great, guys. Just get married.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's close it there, huh? All right, brother.